Just as we have the ability to strengthen our concentration by consciously focusing our attention, the inverse is also true in the sense that the more you permit yourself to become distracted, the more your ability to be distracted will also grow. With all the stimulation we're exposed to in the digital age, it has never been easier to get mentally bogged down. Besides the constant stream of noise that is persistently vying for our attention, the impressions that were made when we were engaged with that noise have staying power and fight for our attention long after the initial exposure. Owning excessive stuff crowds our physical space, but thinking unnecessary stuff hogs our attention and mentally exhausts us.
That's the whole meaning of life, isn't it? Trying to find a place for your stuff. That's all your house is. Your house is just a place for your stuff. If you didn't have so much goddamn stuff, you wouldn't need a house. You could just walk around all the time. That's all your house is. It's a pile of stuff with a cover on it. That's all your house is. It's a place to keep your stuff while you go out and get more stuff. Now, sometimes you've got to move. You got to get a bigger house. Why? Too much stuff. Sometimes you go on vacation. You got to bring some of your stuff with you. You can't bring all your stuff. Just the stuff you really like. The stuff that fits you well that month. Let's say you're going to go to Honolulu. You're going to go all the way to Honolulu. You got to take 2 big bags of stuff, plus your carry-on stuff, plus the stuff in your pockets. You get all the way to Honolulu and you get in your hotel room and you start to put away your stuff. That's the first thing you do in a hotel room is put away your stuff. I'll put some stuff in here, put some stuff down there. Here's another place for some stuff here. I'll put some stuff over there. You put your stuff over there. I'm putting my stuff over here. Here's another place for some stuff. Hey, we got more places than we've got stuff. We're gonna have to buy more stuff. Now, and you put all your stuff away and you know that you're thousands of miles from home and you don't quite feel at ease, but you know that you must be okay because you do have some of your stuff with you. And you relax in Honolulu on that basis. That's when your friend from Maui calls and says, hey, why don't you come over to Maui for the weekend? Spend a couple of nights over here. Oh, shit, no. Now what stuff do you bring? Right, you've got to bring an even smaller version of your stuff. Just enough stuff for a weekend on Maui. And you get over, and you're really spread out now. You've got shit all over the world. You've got stuff at home, stuff in storage, stuff in Honolulu, stuff in Maui, stuff in your pockets. Supply lines are getting longer and harder to maintain. But you get over to your friend's house in Maui and they give you a little place to sleep and there's a little window ledge or some kind of a small shelf and there's not much room on it, but it's okay because you don't have much stuff now. And you put what stuff you do have up there. You put your imported French toenail clippers, your odor readers with the 45-day guarantee, your cinnamon-flavored dental floss, and your Afrin 12-hour decongestant nasal spray. And even though you're a long way from home, you know that you must be okay because you do have your Afrin 12-hour decongestant nasal spray. And you relax in Maui on that basis. That's when your friend says, hey, I think tonight we'll go over the other side of the island, stay at my friend's house overnight. Oh, shit, no. No! What do you bring? Now you just bring the things you know you're gonna need. Money, keys, comb, wallet, lighter, hanky, pen, cigarettes, contraceptives, Vaseline, whips, chains, whistles, dildos, and a book.
Oftentimes, excessive ownership invades both our physical and mental space. Each additional thing you own or vice that you have is one more distraction that can creep into the mind and divide your attention. For example, a smoker is often thinking about their next smoke break, and in times of panic or uncertainty is likely to spend even more time thinking about smoking and worrying about their supply. Enlightened individuals reduce the kind of snippets or theoretical scenarios that create anxious distractions. So how do we eliminate distractions? For starters, be decisive. Some decisions are thought-intensive but nearly irrelevant to your individual success. If you spend an hour scouring the internet for flights to save $10, for example, try reminding yourself of the unnecessary snippets that you're generating. It also helps to create routines that eliminate the need for decision-making. Another example is Steve Jobs, who famously had just one outfit, because he understood that he had a finite capacity of brain power to make well thought out decisions. One technique that I like to use to free up mental space that I got from David Allen, the author of Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity, is the 2-minute rule. And essentially what that is if you have a task or something on your to-do list that would take you less than 2 minutes to complete, you should just do it immediately. Another method that you could use to free up your mental space by way of eliminating things from your physical space is decluttering. So getting rid of anything that you don't use anymore or is non-essential in your life by either donating it to charity or Goodwill or selling it online on either like Craigslist or eBay. I know a lot of us have at least temporarily been laid off. So in addition to helping remove distractions from your mind, it also has the added bonus of an extra revenue stream, at least for the interim. Putting systems in place that help you stay on task can also be a very beneficial tool to eliminate distractions. For example, you could try scheduling. Dedicating finite periods of time to specific actions or tasks can improve focus because you have actively allotted time to many of the things that are currently demanding your attention. I like to allocate days to particular tasks while keeping in the back of my mind that another day will be utilized for something else on my must-do list. Another system you could use to help stay on task is avoidance conditioning, in which a person has to make a positive response in order to avoid the aversive stimulus or consequence. So for example, let's say I give myself the ultimatum of no dessert tonight if I don't finish this blog post I've been dragging my feet on. The most beneficial method to eliminate distractions may very well be discovering exactly what it is that you want out of life. Having this intention and setting goals of various time frames to allow you to get there will help improve focus and eliminate unnecessary distractions. There's a series of 3 questions that can help you determine which path to pursue. First, if you knew you couldn't fail and would be successful at whatever you did, what would you do or be? Second, if you knew you had $100 million in the bank, what would you do or be? And finally, if you knew you had only 6 months left to live, what would you do or be? Motivational speaker and master salesman Zig Ziglar once said, "People today are always complaining of lack of time. It's not lack of time that's the problem, it's lack of direction." Definiteness of purpose is a great quality for staying focused because it makes unnecessary distractions both apparent and uninteresting. If you're on the path leading to where you want to be in life, you're more engaged because you have intent. You're truly compelled to do the work, thus your mind is engaged. However, it is fairly easy to get caught up in the minor details and miss the important things that would benefit most from your attention. And this is where meditation comes into play. Meditation helps the individual to identify unnecessary, fearful, and worrisome thoughts and purge them from the mind. By eliminating this type of thought, we prevent our body from going into the stress response, also known as the fight or flight response that I talked about earlier, that occurs when the sympathetic nervous system is active. Practicing meditation allows us to see the forest for the trees. Developing the habit of recognizing thoughts as distinct from reality has been shown to reduce anxiety, thus improving focus. I hope these suggestions that I've outlined can provide you value and help you eliminate distractions as they have for me.